Greetings Liverpool fan, in this video you'll stay updated on the latest Liverpool FC news. But first, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about LFC news. Alright Liverpool fan, Liverpool have got a real headache heading into the January transfer window, and it's come at the worst possible time. Alexander Isak is set to be sidelined for months after breaking his leg against Tottenham earlier this month, leaving Arne Slot short of options up top. The title defense has already been anything but smooth, and this latest setback just adds to the frustration. We're sitting 10 points behind Arsenal as we near the halfway stage of the season. And while Isak wasn't exactly flying before the injury, that goal against Spurs was still his first league goal of the campaign. Even so, losing a club record signing for months is a massive blow and seriously limits Slot's attacking choices. The one bit of good news is Hugo Ekitike. He's been a revelation, easily outperforming expectations and arguably looking like our best signing of the summer. Even with all the money spent on Isak and Florian Wirtz, still, we can't expect Ekitike to carry the load on his own through a packed schedule. That's where the transfer rumors come in. Reports out of Spain suggest Liverpool have already made a move for a Syria striker to plug the gap. According to Fitchages, the Reds have put in a bid of around £17 million for Juventus forward Dusan Vlahovic, hoping to bring in cover and competition while Isak recovers. Vlahovic is an interesting case. He's 25, his contract at Juve runs out at the end of the season, and he's not keen on extending under their current terms. That puts Juventus in a tough spot, as they risk losing him for nothing in the summer if they don't sell now. Even so, Liverpool's offer is said to be below his true market value. From Liverpool's point of view, this feels like a rare January opportunity. Vlahovic is reportedly keen on a move to the Premier League, and likes the idea of testing himself at a top club like Liverpool. He knows he'd have to compete with Ekitike, but he's attracted by the responsibility and role being offered. Physically, he brings something different. At 6'3", he's strong, seasoned and familiar with both title challenges and Champions League campaigns. He offers precisely the kind of experience Liverpool will need in the coming months. Despite it being a difficult season, he has still managed 6 goals across 17 appearances, often coming off the bench, with his overall record and a potentially cut-price deal. Vlahovic to Anfield Reds. Antoine Semenyo is basically the name on everyone's lips right now, and it feels like Liverpool are getting close to that now or never moment in the chase to sign him from Bournemouth. If this really is a race, then let's be honest, we've been sitting just off the pace. Not because we couldn't move, but because we chose to hold back while Manchester City pressed the accelerator. Even people close to Sky Sports reckon Liverpool would have had a great chance of landing Semenyo if we'd just gone in properly with talks. There's still time, and the noises coming out suggest we're still interested. But City are hovering, and with January almost here, it feels like Pep Slot might get this one wrapped up. That said, Slot could really do with a direct winger who just wants to run at people and cause chaos. Luis Diaz heading off to Bayern for big money has only highlighted the issues down the left. Cody Gakpo does have quality, no doubt about it, but he's become a bit predictable. He drifts inside, slows things down, and doesn't always click with the newer lads like Florian Wirtz and Milos Kerkez. That side of the pitch can feel stale at times, and Semenyo would instantly change that. But maybe Liverpool are thinking even bigger. One name that just won't go away is Rodrigo from Real Madrid. We've been linked with him plenty, and reports earlier this month suggested he'd actually be open to the move. With his situation in Madrid not exactly smooth and his role shrinking, there might be a real opportunity there if Liverpool push hard enough. Rodrigo's had a tough year by his standards, but even at his lowest, his numbers still stack up. We're talking about a 2-time Champions League winner with serious end product, big game experience, and the ability to play on either wing. Luka Modric has even called him a world-class superstar, and that's not praise handed out lightly. Semenyo's flying right now, no doubt about it, but Rodrigo is a different level of player altogether. With Salah's future still uncertain, Liverpool need a proper winger who's already been there and done it. Rodrigo fits that bill perfectly, and if the club are serious about the next phase, this is the kind of signing that could define it. Listen up Liverpool fan. Federico Chiesa has probably been one of the most talked about players at Liverpool this season. mainly because he's barely been given a proper run to show what he can do. Every time his name comes up, it sparks debate, and that's usually a sign of a player fans want to see more of. The crazy festive schedule is almost done now, but Liverpool still have a few big games packed close together. To be fair to Arne Slot, he's handled the rotation side of things pretty well, making sure the squad hasn't been run into the ground. Even Chiesa, who's hardly featured at all this season, finally got a start against Wolves. With Salah away, there was a feeling Chiesa might get another chance against Leeds on New Year's Day too. But funnily enough, a lot of fans seem to have done a complete U-turn. After months of calling for him to start, plenty are now questioning whether Slot was right to keep him mainly on the bench. When Chiesa has come on as a sub this season, he's usually looked lively. He's brought energy, direct running, and something a bit different. That's why fans were so desperate to see him start. But against Wolves he was pretty quiet. He struggled to get into the game, didn't really hurt the opposition, and faded as the match went on. That performance has changed the mood a bit. Instead of shouting for him to start every week, many now feel he's better suited to coming off the bench and making an impact late on. It's led to the feeling that Slot might have known exactly what he was doing all along. To be fair, Chiesa hasn't had a run of games to build rhythm. He's barely played. So expecting him to suddenly look sharp over 90 minutes in the Premier League is a big ask. Fitness and confidence only really come with minutes, and he hasn't had many of those. Injuries have always been the big issue for Chiesa, and although he's stayed fit for longer recently, the timing just never seems to work in his favor. Now with other players returning and competition increasing again, he's still not first choice. From a Liverpool point of view, it's great to have options. For Chiesa, though, it's another reminder that his Anfield story just hasn't quite clicked yet. Hey Reds, Liverpool still have some seriously valuable players in the squad, even though the start to this season has been nothing short of painful. It's mad to think that 2025 began with us lifting the Premier League trophy, feeling on top of the world, and now we've spent months trying to figure out what's gone wrong. To be fair, performances have picked up a bit recently, but those early weeks of the new campaign were rough. A few players looked completely off it, lacking confidence, sharpness, and rhythm. And when that happens, it doesn't just affect results on the pitch, it hits reputations and market values too. One player who's really felt that impact is Florian Wirtz. Even though he wasn't at Liverpool for most of 2025, his arrival came with massive expectations, and early on, it just didn't click. He struggled to settle, found life in the Premier League tougher than expected, and even ended up on the bench more than a few times. That adjustment period hasn't been kind to his valuation. According to Transfermarkt, Wirtz has seen his market value drop by around £26 million this year, falling from roughly £122 million down to just under £96 million. That puts him among the most devalued players of 2025, which sounds dramatic, but context matters. He's the only one on that list who actually moved clubs, so he deserves a bit of patience. To put it into perspective, Phil Foden tops that list, with his value dropping by more than £50 million. And despite Wirtz's dip, he's still valued higher than Foden, which says a lot about how highly rated he remains across Europe. Looking ahead, Alexander Isak could be the next name taking a hit. His form was already patchy before that horrific leg break, and being sidelined until at least March is bound to hurt his value. Liverpool paid big money for him, and right now, there's no way his market worth reflects that fee. The good news is Wirtz is starting to look more like himself. He's growing into games, finding confidence, and showing flashes of why he's considered special. If that trend continues, don't be surprised if his value shoots back up by this time next year. Talent like that doesn't stay quiet for long. This is the Liverpool FC News fan channel, and I'll stop here. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. A big hug and see you in the next video.